So, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, so today we're going to be talking about how I was 15 and pregnant, and I was 16 when I had the baby, but I was 15 when I got pregnant. So I'm going to be explaining the experience to you. So the way I found out I was pregnant was I kept spitting up and I was sick and stuff. I was scared. My mom told me, like, my mom was the first one to find out really, because I didn't even know myself. She was like, "Are you pregnant?" I'm like, "What are you talking about?" "No." And she's like, "Are you sure?" I'm like, "No, I'm not pregnant." Like, how would I be pregnant? I just kept telling her, like, no. And this is not Mary. Say hi. Hi, YouTube. I gotta think of a name for you guys. I don't know yet, but he's 5 months now. But I was like, okay, I'm not pregnant. I was scared. I didn't know what to do. So my friend, I told him, go get a pregnancy test for me. Let's see what happens. So they went to go get a pregnancy test. It was like 11 o'clock at night. I snuck out to go take it. And I took one, it came back positive. I'm like, can't be true. So I went to go take another one. And when I went to go take another one, it came back positive again. I was like, hold on. I was scared. My heart was racing. I was crying. I didn't know what to do. I was just, I don't know, scared. So after I found out I was pregnant, I had to tell somebody. So I told my mom. My mom was like, okay, I'm happy. She's like all prancing around, happy, excited about everything. Me, on the other hand, I was planning to get an abortion. I was so scared. I'm glad I didn't, but I was planning to, because I didn't know how to, like, I was thinking, like, I'm going to be a bad mom. I won't know how to handle my baby. I'm going to just be, like, a bad mom. I still want to live my life. That's how I was thinking. That was going on in my head, right? Like, when I first found out, that's what was running through my head. Like, I kept thinking I was going to be a bad mom. So, I guess, I was living with my grandma at the time. Hi. Hi. So, I was living with my grandma at the time, and my grandma was like, you're pregnant, blah, 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 you're, like, she just called me hoes and bitches and all that extra stuff. So I was scared. I didn't know what to do. So I just, like, I was crying. She called CYF to tell them I was pregnant, and she wanted custody of the baby. So she made me mad. She said that, hi, bye. So I was, like, going through it. Cause she called CYF when I first got pregnant. She was like, she's not gonna be a good mom. She's like gonna be a bad mom and everything. And I was just so scared. And so as the time went on, I went to the pregnancy clinic and everything. And it was like, do you want to have a baby? I was like, no. So I was planning to get an abortion. I had the date scheduled and everything, but then one night, I guess I was just going to sleep, and I was thinking, and I was like, it would be like, what if my mom aborted me? I would be so mad. Like, I wouldn't even be here. Yeah. Hey, get off bed. Just sit out here. Sit this way here. I was like, I'm gonna be a bad mom. I'm not gonna have nothing to do. Like, I'm gonna just be, like, in the house. I don't want to be a mom. So I was thinking, I'm like, but I have to be. Like, I did what I did, so I might as well face the consequence. So I went to the pregnancy clinic. I got everything scheduled. I started, like, going to my appointments and stuff, and it was like, oh, well, you're like, when I first found out, I was 2 months. I didn't know. And it was horrifying for me. So back to the story. Sorry, my camera cut off, but I was sort of going to my appointments. I was just having everything on track. And by the time I had 6 months, that's when I had my first sonogram. He was so cute. I'm gonna insert a picture of it or a video of it somewhere, like right here. But it was just so cute how I had the little sonogram of him and his heart was beating, but I didn't know what he was gonna look like. And like when I first saw it, I started crying. I was like, oh, it's a baby inside of me. Like I didn't know what to do. I was so small at the time though. So I didn't really blow up till I was like 6, 7 months, and I got a little bit bigger. So then I was with my boyfriend and everything. I moved in with him because I was going through problems with my grandma because she kept wanting custody of the baby. She kept saying I was going to be a horrible mom. She wanted custody of the baby. She's like, you're not going to want to have a baby. So I got the baby. I'm like, no, this is going to be my baby. Like, as the months went on, I learned to love, like, the baby inside of me. I'm like, it's my baby. Like, I could do what I want with him. Right? So I was just like a whole lash out between me and my grandma because she like wanted custody and I didn't let her have it. So around when I was like 8, 9 months, I kept staying at my mom's house and everything, like so I could go in labor over here. So I had to be induced because he wasn't trying to come out. He was like a really, really like baby. I was like 11 months pregnant. Because in December, they're like, okay, we're going to induce you. I'm like, okay. And then they're like, never mind, we're not going to induce you. So I just kept telling everybody, like, yeah, I'm having a baby this month. I'm having it this month. I'm having it this month. I went on for 3 months straight. I kept telling people I was having a baby. What? What you trying to do? What you trying to do? What you trying to do? So I kept telling everybody like, oh, I'm having a baby this month. I'm having a baby this month. And I'm like, oh, okay, if you have the baby this month, then I'm going to get this. And everybody, it seems like everybody when I was at school wanted to be the baby's godmom or goddad while I was pregnant, but now nobody's in his life. So that's a tip. Like, while you're pregnant, everybody's going to want to be there for the baby, but nobody really going to be there. No. Yeah. He got a big head. I know y'all see it. But I was like, okay, I was like agreeing with everybody else, like, can I be there for the baby? I want to be his god aunt. I want to be his god aunt. So he had a lot of god aunts and uncles and everything. And when I was around like 9, 10 months, no, yeah, not 10 months, 9 months, I was like real scared because I started getting everything together for when I was going to labor and stuff, and I was super scared. What are you pulling on my shirt for? I have this little string on my shirt, and he's just like pulling it like shut. You don't want to have everybody see it? Okay. But I was getting everything prepared. I got his crib and everything. I had his room laid out. I'll probably insert a video up here if I don't, sorry, but everything was laid out. Everything was all cute and everything. And when I finally went into labor, first thing I did was got on Facebook and went live, talk about, oh, I'm being induced, this and this and that. I was scared to get the epidural. They was like, if you get the epidural, they were scaring me talking about, because I'm anemic. So they was like, if you get the epidural, you're going to have to get your Humate P. Humate P is a type of medicine that makes you stop bleeding because I'm anemic, and I have long Willebrand. So my blood doesn't clot as easily as others do. So I can bleed out. And they're like, okay, you have long Willebrand, we need to give you Humate P. And you're going to have to wait for the epidural. I'm like, okay. So I was waiting and waiting. My contractions were horrible. I was crying, shaking. I couldn't handle it no more. So I'm like, can I have my epidural now? I'm like, yeah, you can. So I got my epidural. I was scared the whole time. They told me to sit with my back like hunched over like this the whole time. And I didn't know what for, but followed his rules because I didn't want anything to happen. I was scared. Like, they say you can get paralyzed if they don't do it right. So I'm like, I'm not getting paralyzed today. So I'm sitting on the bed, the hospital bed, because we drove there because it was, my back was already hurting. They're like, well, we might as well just induce you because you're already 11 months. So my back was hurting. I was on the bed, and the epidural made me really, really itchy. Like, I had scratch marks all over me after I had the baby because I was so itchy. And for some reason, my stretch marks didn't come during my pregnancy. It came during my labor. I had no stretch marks on my stomach during my pregnancy. Like, my stomach was all clear and everything. After my pregnancy, I had it everywhere. And it was just horrible. But back to the story, like, about 2 hours in or something like that, they kept checking to see if I was dilated. My water would not break. So they're like, okay, we're gonna break your water. So they stuck this long straw inside of me, and with a little balloon, like a water balloon on the end. And they're like, okay, I washed my hands before this video, so so they're like, we're gonna break your water. I'm like, okay. So every like 10 minutes they came in and put more water inside the little balloon to make it, like, I don't know, I think it was this big. And then finally, I thought I was peeing on myself. Like, it kept going like, I was like, whoop. So I called the doctor and I said I peed on myself because I thought they said with the epidural you're probably gonna pee on yourself and it'll feel just like wet. So I thought I peed. I was like, I peed on myself. And they're like, okay. And they picked up a towel. They're like, that's a lot of pee. And she's like, it's not even yellow. She's like, your water broke. I'm like, and I'm like, I'm not ready. I started crying. I was screaming. I was like, I'm not ready yet. You can't take me into labor. I'm not ready. They're like, just because your water broke don't mean you're going into labor. It just means, like, yeah, your water broke. And I'm like, okay, thank you. No, this is going inside my shirt. No, you can't get it. And I'm like, this is crazy. Like, I was scared. I didn't know what to do. I was crying. And he was like, the doctor was like, okay, well, since you're going to labor, we're just going to, like, give you all these medicines. So they started giving me all these medicines and stuff. And my grandma snuck my whole family into the labor room. So everybody had to get out when I was going to push the baby out. Only person that was in there was my mom. And when I thought the labor was going to hurt, it didn't. I was pushing, and I'm like, I told the doctor, they had this big, like, ball between my legs. It was, like, shaped like a peanut. And I'm like, I told the doctor, like, I gotta poop. The doctor was like, let's see how dilated you are. So they checked it. I'm like, that's not poo. The baby's head is right there. I'm like, so what does that mean? And they're like, that means you're going on labor right now. So my mom was scared. I'm like, okay, let me get this baby out. So I started pushing, and I did 3 pushes, and the first push, they was like, okay, push. They're like, okay, top of his head's out. They're like, do you want to feel his hair? I'm like, no. I was scared for my life. I didn't know what to do. So I was like, I would just push him out. And after I pushed him out or whatever, it was just like, they took him out upside down, and like they hung him like this. Then they wrapped the blanket around him and set him on my chest. And he just looked at me like, who are you? And I was looking like, who are you? And that's the first time I met the baby. This is the first time I met the baby. And after that or whatever, because I had to feed with my grandma because she wanted to get custody, she is still trying to get custody at the time. So I ended up moving in with my mom. And that's the end of the story. At the end of the story. Yeah. Yeah. And I'm probably going to insert a video of after he was born. And thank you for the kisses. After he is born, I'm going to insert a video. And thank you for watching. I pushed him out in like 2 minutes.
So March 1st is his birthday. I mean, yeah, March 1st.